Who the heck is Old Man Coyote? Welcome back everyone to my channel. In today's video, I will be discussing Old Man Coyote in the Castlevania Nocturne Season 1 and Season 2, and try my best to explain who he is and what we can expect going into Season 3, so sit back, relax, and let's dive in. So a brief overview about Old Man Coyote. He's actually a Netflix original character, so he's not a villain or entity that's in the Castlevania games, correct me if I'm wrong. So it looks like the writers behind Castlevania Nocturne are cooking up something very special and unique for us viewers. We are first introduced to Old Man Coyote as some type of spectral entity, very shadowy, very dark. Anytime there is something going on in the show as far as like the Night Creature machine or that book that the abbot was using, you'll see Old Man Coyote kind of lingering sinisterly in the background. And personally, at first, I just thought it was, okay, maybe it's just a coincidence. But again, as the story unfolds and certain turns of events come about, you'll see Old Man Coyote in the background. Now, we have been getting treated to some nuggets, especially when it comes to Olrox. So Olrox is the Aztec vampire who comes from the old world, and he seems to be the only one who is aware of who Old Man Coyote is. And it almost seems like he's actively trying to either thwart or get in the way of whatever Old Man Coyote is planning. And we really see a few things kind of come to fruition in Season 2, especially when it comes to Tara after she got turned into a vampire. You'll see Old Man Coyote kind of lingering in the background and almost influencing her behavior and actions, very similar to how when Maria was kind of going through her dark era where she was conjuring up her creatures, and those creatures had like a certain darkness to them. Now I will say I do believe that that is a part of her skill set, but because of Tara's influence, we kind of seen her learn how to channel that, and for some odd reason it seems like Old Man Coyote has an interest in not only Tara, but Maria and some of the other characters as well. So it seems like there's a bigger overarching plot here, and maybe even a bigger bad that we need to worry about. And I think the most glaring and obvious question is when the abbot was killed by Maria, you'll see that Old Man Coyote claims his soul, and it's very, very scary. Like, just almost, it took me off guard seeing that scene. And, granted, the abbot deserved, a fate worse than death, but it's like, whoa, what in the world does Old Man Coyote have planned? Because we didn't get a body. You know what I'm saying? The most common rule in anime is that if you don't see a body, that person's still alive. So it begs the question, is Old Man Coyote going to use the abbot, in some type of different capacity? And maybe the abbot might come back. I've seen theories. I don't have the name off top, but I've seen theories that, this could be a way for the abbot to come back as a different character, right? I've seen theories about it possibly being Death. I don't think so. I don't think that we're going to get the return of Death again. We got him in Castlevania, Part 1, and that was really cool, but I don't think they're going to repeat that. I really do think that Old Man Coyote is going to be a unique character specific to Nocturne, and I trust that they're going to bring it all together and really explain the different instances that we've had throughout the season with his appearances. Now, I would like to kind of circle back to Season 1 of Nocturne, because it does look like Old Man Coyote had his hand in the abbot creating night creatures, whether he, indirectly got the abbot access to that book, or, maybe he was kind of like the middleman between the machine and hell. But there has to be a reason why Old Man Coyote is working behind the scenes, and I did do a little bit of research, and it shows that Old Man Coyote has roots in Native American folklore. You can almost liken him to like a Loki character from Norse mythology. So he's like a trickster, and I also read that he brings out almost the worst out of humanity. So he taps into more of our darker urges and impulses. And if that's true, you saw that with Maria, you saw that with Tara. Of course, you saw that with the abbot, if he was, again, indirectly influencing the abbot and his decisions. You don't necessarily see Old Man Coyote involved with the vampires per se. Now, I could be wrong. I just don't recall any scenes where he's like lingering around, and it would have been interesting if maybe indirectly he was also influencing Drolta, but I think that more so the human characters is where Old Man Coyote comes into play. And I also thought, and this is kind of me skipping into kind of like the tail end of season 2 of Nocturne, I thought it was interesting that when Mizrak got stabbed and he was going to die, Old Man Coyote was going to attempt to take his soul. And again, I don't know if he was specifically targeting Mizrak. I will say, unfortunately, now I know we love Mizrak and he's, you know, everyone's boyfriend, you know, in the comment section, but he unfortunately did partake in helping the Abbot convert human souls into night creatures, so he might have just been condemned to hell from the jump, and he even acknowledges that he's scared to die. But the point that I'm making about Old Man Coyote is he was trying to claim his soul, and I don't know if he was trying to bluff like Olrox to get Olrox to go save Mizrak because he knew that Olrox was going to turn Mizrak into a vampire. Like maybe this is just, you know, some type of convoluted plan to kind of get the characters to move in the way that he wants to. Maybe he knew that if he targeted Mizrak, Olrox would come running. And I also would like to make a point that Old Man Coyote seems to be the only character that would give Alucard pause. You know, Alucard came in with a level of confidence. Nothing really bothers him or sets him off per se, but Old Man Coyote, you could tell, even made him uncomfortable. And so I'm wondering if even Alucard is kind of aware or at least has some knowledge on who he is. And the only character that we can see thus far that has any inkling of who he is Olrox, which tells me that Olrox is going to be playing a pivotal part into season 3, which would be a nice change of pace because he was the first, I guess, quote unquote villain that we got introduced to into Nocturne. Of course, we've learned to fall in love with his character, but I do feel like Old Man Coyote and Olrox, there's going to be some type of either showdown or some type of revelation going into season 3. Now, for those of you guys who have stuck around, I would love to hear your thoughts and theories, so please drop them in the comments. You guys have been dropping loads of, you know, ideas in the comments, and I think it's really cool that we can kind of go in and speculate. And I think what's really unique here is because Old Man Coyote is not a Castlevania specific character, as far as the games are concerned, we have no idea where they're going to go with this character, so it's going to be really cool just to see the different ideas. And you know, me personally, I feel like he is going to be maybe not the final villain, but he's working for somebody who's much bigger than him. And you know, he could just be an entity that thrives off of chaos, that thrives off of disarray, in a similar vein as death. I also saw some theories that maybe this might force Dracula to return, because in the games Dracula returns like 5 or 6 times, right? And it's not Castlevania without Dracula, and obviously having Alucard in the show has really held it down. But maybe, just maybe, season 3, season 4, we might see a return of Dracula, and maybe Old Man Coyote is scheming and plotting to facilitate his return. I don't necessarily personally want to see that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the route that they go. And it'll also be very cool because of Old Man Coyote's native roots. I would love to get more of Olrox in the past, even before he was turned. I also thought it was interesting that, you know, Richter mentioned that, you know, hey, you know, Belmonts sometimes do magic, and apparently sometimes vampires do. Olrox having magical abilities is very rare. So we got to figure out why and how did he learn that he could turn into a freaking dragon. Why is that? And I'm hoping that with this Old Man Coyote storyline that we can kind of get some answers and things get fully fleshed out. But to wrap up this video, Old Man Coyote has been a looming, lingering, eerie figure in the first 2 seasons. I feel like the writers have done a great job at just giving us nuggets and sprinkles and really wanting us to guess about what's going to happen next and really wanting more. I think that they have done an incredible job to close off season 2. You know, if they were to not come back, right, I'm actually satisfied with how season 2 ended, but we still have those little sprinkles. So they've done an incredible job wrapping up season 2. They've given us so much potential for season 3. And Old Man Coyote being that lingering background kind of sinister figure is just going to leave us wanting more. I can't wait to see how they develop it. But that's kind of like my final thoughts on Old Man Coyote. You know, I'll do some more digging and maybe, you know, I can come up with, you know, maybe another video kind of deep diving him more, but we didn't have much to work with. And I wish that we did. And I loved the kind of how he influenced Terra, and I'm sure Terra is going to be playing a big role in season 3. But unfortunately we just didn't get much of him. So that's going to be it for today's video. As always, I am so thankful for the Castlevania community. It's been so much fun talking about these characters and doing my deep dives. Stay tuned for more content like this. It's coming. I'm doing about 2 to 3 videos a day. Not a day, I'm sorry, 2 to 3 videos a week. So if you guys like videos like this, I did create a playlist and I'll link it at the tail end of this video, so please check it out. I'm most likely going to do a character profile on every major character in the story. So if you guys like those kind of things, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.